What is happening? We got an exciting one today. It's going to be TL versus Chimera. I'm Sheepdog, and with me is my boy M80. We're going to be commentating on this, and both from the Wolfpack. Super excited. The funny thing is, this almost feels like a freaking. This almost feels like a rematch from the 18v8 seeds, given the fact that Australia and the Kiwis from New Zealand faced off against North America. Ended up with Australia and New Zealand winning that match. Anzac, I think, is the name of their national team. So, but it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be 49v49 on Saint Marie Dumont. Really excited. I'm gonna pull up the map here real quick. And Matey, what do you got for us, man?
Well, I think this is going to be a pretty good match tonight, Sheep. Both good groups, so I'm excited to see how it plays out. I think, tanks are going to reign on this map, but as always, garrison placement is key. So
Yeah.
if they can get the garrisons up, and like I always say, that first 5 minutes of the match and the last five can dictate so much. So
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
excited to see what midpoint will be, whether it be Pierre's dugout or AA network. So we know dugout's hard. It's really hard for access, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we played a match, one of the Friday night fights there not too long ago, and
Yeah.
um, the hill right over here on dugout.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and zoom in on that too, and
Yeah,
we'll check it out.
garrison placement. There's so many competing theories on like where to place Gary's, but right on point. If you have the option not to, it gives you more leeway, especially on one of these side points like dugout, where you need to keep that spacing. And you can see, highlighted in the blue dash, kind of the max range of that. That would
Right.
give another possible Gary location here by this little farmhouse.
That or you got cemetery as well for that back line, Gary. So if it depending on if you're top team, bottom team, you got that. I mean, that's a classic spot for a garrison as well on that top. And what I see
Yeah, right
people
here.
struggling with on dugout is that south side garrison, right? So if you're attacking dugout, it ends up being a lot of times that triangular intersection northeast of Hugo's on the blue line. That's where I end up seeing a lot of garrisons. It is not very clean. It's not very clean. I mean, what's the approach? The approach is either from the southwest of Hugo's or on the east side, and both are rough. So if that's the midpoint, it's going to be rough on both sides. Probably the advantage ends up going to I believe is Axis top. I believe Axis. No, Axis
I
is
bel
bottom. Axis is bottom.
Yeah, access is
So
bottom
you
here,
so the
so the
allies,
allies will have.
yeah, and the allies I think have the advantage. And one of the things that we noticed too, me and my boy Stapes, shout out to Stapes, we went into an empty server. We were looking at it. The high ground for dugout for tanks is ridiculous. So unless you get a flank, yeah, exactly. Unless you get a flank, coming around them with your armor squads, or you know exactly where they're at, man, it is a tough time for Axis with tanks on dugout. Obviously, it's a little bit different for other points. Dugout, I would give it to the allies, especially given the fact that in terms of prox, I mean it's halfway, but I mean the coverage that you get going into the point on the north side, way easier, way quicker in my opinion than coming in from the south side.
I agree, and that's what's so interesting. Even if it's AA network, right? Some of the high points and strong points near dugout still apply.
Yeah,
So, like a good example is this crossroads can be a brutal area for a Gary, right?
yeah,
Like, and you also have the high ground that still plays a factor on AA. You can see some of AA from this high ground. There's that trench network kind of at the top of that U
yeah.
shape. And I mean, you can see AA in a tank, infantry. I mean, there's a lot of air, basically fields of fire is what you get
Yeah.
there. So,
I mean, how
it,
many times
you
have we seen intense tank battles happen on that north side? I mean,
oh yeah,
I
tons
mean,
of times.
brutal.
And for the Germans, you got this wheat field, which is great. concealment for infantry, not a whole lot of cover. I think there may be one blown up tank out there till you get to this cluster of buildings in this trench line on AA. But that concealment can mean everything, right? And
Exactly.
the US's concealment, this makes this point very even, in my opinion,
Yeah. Yeah.
because the US has concealment up to the top side. So it's really an interesting point. I would like to see AA network
I would
play
too.
out. Um,
Pierce
but
Farm
you know,
ends up being a battle for the ages too, and I love it. And part of the reason I bring up Pierce is because, even if the point is double A, Pierce Farm ends up becoming a big part of that attack. I mean, I see it time and time again where people are basically they set up their flank on Pierce Farm, and we've seen this before too when we've watched like APL matches, ACA matches with teams like Finns Let Loose or any of the big
oh
comp teams.
yeah,
We
yeah.
see them spread out pretty significantly on this map, especially when it comes to the third point. And Pierce Farm is a big part of that, given the fact exactly, yeah. So you have that, the brick wall. You got all these fuels for concealment and everything. I mean, there's a lots of approaches on double A. I'm really excited if it is double A. If it's Pierce Farm, I mean, let's be honest. The push is going to be from the west. For the Axis, the push is going to be from the south or the west, and it's pretty much going to be the same for the Allies, except to be the north and the west. You see a lot of times this grind fest happen on the east side, basically right on the border. People wandering out of bounds just to come back into
Yes,
to the
yeah,
road,
running that line.
which is brutal, which is absolutely brutal. But man, I've seen some exciting plays happen on Pierce Farm. And what I think if it's Pierce Farm, what's going to be really interesting is, man, like gaining control all the way across is going to be key. Like, um, I've seen a lot of times where the flanking, like if you're the Germans, they end up flanking around all the way around to the northeast side, getting up at Gary right inside that corner. I mean, there's a beautiful inside Gary spot on that northeast side of Pierce Farm. If you go all the way up into the corner of the northeast box, right there, you see where the field is at, and you have that natural berm. Man, you could place a garrison way easy up in that top right corner. And now, is that push going to last very long? Probably not, right? Like some garrisons are made for just
Yeah.
one or two pushes. But when you have freaking killers, which is what TL and Chimera is, man, it may just all they may need is just one or two pushes, and that's what I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see if they do any big plays. I have a feeling it's going to be a freaking grind fest, honestly. No matter what the point is, it may end up very well being a 3-2 battle. Just the entire match. I hope not. Although, hey, it could turn into something pretty freaking exciting. So,
Well, and if it is a 3-2, Saint Marie du Mont is an artilleryman's heaven.
yeah.
It's fairly flat, lots of open, and they, people tend to cluster on point caps, and already can set up, essentially a wall from the sky, right? I mean, drop, warheads on foreheads, basically. So we'll see how that'll play out too. I think Artie will be a big determiner for the outcome of this match as well.
Yeah, and I
Um,
don't know what the rule set is necessarily. If it's APL or HCA, which is what I'm assuming it's going to be, one of the two. It's going to be that one man already rule protected, and that'll be huge, right? That'll be critical, both on TL and Chimera side. I mean, in this map, honestly, is one of those maps extremely fun to play already. Extremely fun. The only problem is when you start getting into those wheat fields, that becomes an issue. But honestly, this is where Artie becomes extremely important. Is essentially it's like we don't want people like, for example, if it was on double A network and you need to call in hard Artie, the east side, if they're coming in from the fields, just start launching Artie right along the west side of the field on the east side of the point. Like, yeah, absolutely, right along there. Yep, on that east side, man. Like, it's gonna be freaking brutal. It's gonna be brutal in that wheat field if you start launching Artie there. And
it will be, and subsequently, the Allies firing down here onto
Yeah.
Germany
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah, and this is where you get like you started using Artie as basically like as a buffer zone, right? So like, and what I really like to see, in on the side points, this is even more critical. But basically, it's like when you really need help covering multiple angles, when they're assaulting from multiple angles, having Artie on one side so you can focus some of your troops on the other flanks is absolutely critical. So it'll be really curious to see what ends up happening. And man, I think you're right though. I think really for me, wide flank, like wide flanking, getting really creative, cheeky spawn points is going to be critical. Armor battles are going to be key,
Yeah,
man.
it's going to be a determiner for sure. The big thing with this map for either side, whether it be a blue line or a red line, I mean, the cemetery is critical to both
Yes.
dugout or AA, and tends to be critical to cattle too,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's your
Yeah.
buffer zone. So I could see some fights going on over the cemetery
Yeah.
tonight. I would be surprised if there wasn't.
I
So
100%, 100%. I agree. So it'd be really curious to see what happens. Going back, I mean, like, it's gonna be really interesting to me. Uh, the, watching the 18v18s last night, man, it was a back and forth ordeal until finally Australia was able to. I know that there was some controversies with the ping, which happens, but
that's hard to avoid.
I
What
know,
do you do?
I know,
What
I
do you
know.
do on that?
And to be fair, watching North America, which had a decent number of TL guys, they fought freaking tooth and nail. They had their moments. They had a lot of cap pressure for a good amount of time and held the point for a good amount of time. So it'll be really curious. It'll be really interesting to see what ends up happening. But and I'm not exactly sure what this is a predecessor for. Obviously, seasonals are coming up, and I believe both teams are going to be a part of seasonals going into this. But it'll be really curious to see. I'm really excited. This should be a good match. The match is coming up in about 4 minutes. So really exciting to start it. I'm already in the admin cam, already ready to go. Looks like Chimera is already loaded up. Most of their guys in. Looks like we're kind of waiting for TL to load up. Is going to be Chimera's server. So, yeah, obviously the ping advantage is probably going to be. Well, I say that it is a U.S. West server. So this may be more of a neutral server. I sure
About
hope
as
so.
neutral as you're going to get, I'm
Yeah, I would
sure.
think so. When you live in Aussie land, I hope I don't, I hope I don't, I hope I don't offend anyone by saying
Well,
Aussie
and
land,
and
but
maybe they'll do it. If it's that big of an issue, maybe they can flip flop, right?
yeah,
That way it evens it out. Next scrum or something like that. And
yeah,
that's what I'll say with all these comp hell let loose teams. I mean, what a great community! What a great bunch of
yeah,
guys. I mean, even if you lose, I mean, I've seen guys go, "Hey, we'll help you out. We'll get you next time." There's a lot of competition and a lot riding on it for people's egos, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, everyone's always so kind to each other for the most part, especially with these common things.
They
So
really
I
are.
can't wait to see how it
The
plays out.
community in Hell Let Loose is one of the best communities I've ever seen, and it's really cool to see. I think one of the things is that there are tons of comp groups, HLL groups out there, even if they're multi-gaming groups, but the camaraderie between the groups, I just don't see a whole lot of drama and separation between the groups, which is amazing, right? And like it leads up to where you see scrims all the time between these comp teams, even when it's North America and Oceania getting together and having a scrim. It's really cool seeing, really exciting to see. The one thing I wonder is you're gonna have a lot of stuff with when we've played with Australians, man. Like they're a wild bunch. They don't
They are a wild bunch. They fight hard and they play hard,
they
right?
do
That's
they do.
that's every Australian I've ever known. They're a unique breed, and so I'm excited to see the teeth come out on the battlefield tonight. Can't wait to see what their tanks provide. I mean, timing is everything in Hell Let Loose, and I'm actually excited to see if many half tracks are deployed. Half
Yeah,
tracks
Yeah.
I think they're critical to a lot of games, but a lot of games you don't have the resources for them, right?
Yeah.
You're throwing tank after tank in, and it never happens. So I'm hoping both teams get some half tracks and utilize them well. Um, what a battlefield multiplier they are. I
Oh,
mean,
they
I've
really
seen
are.
them win tons of games. Yeah, they're easy to take out, and they're easy to spot. Um, but you can place them a lot closer to another Gary. You know, they're a buffer, and they could be a right. Hell Let Loose is so much like Battleship in a way from a command perspective, where you can see points light up, whether that be garrisons or OPs. And if you have those spaced properly, they're going to give you that warning. Hey, south side, east side, west side, whatever it is, we need to rotate, we need to react, and that's what it's all about. So
Yeah.
may come down to gunfights too tonight.
It
I'm not
will.
really sure.
And I've always lived by the adage in Hell Let Loose that a lot of times these matches come down to moments. Like they come down to like you especially see this in 18s. It's a little bit mitigated in the more and more people you go, like when you get up to those 49v49s. But honestly, but in 18v18s you don't have armor. And so, like, the moments on the armor side are very real, where it's like, listen, you only got a limited number of tanks that you can use. Even if you have nodes maxed out, which you are going to have in a comp match with APL or HCA rules or anything like that. But the tanks, they come down to moments sometimes because, like, now you got, if you lose a heavy tank, and so now the heavy tanks got to roll back up, and they're able to maintain armor superiority on a certain point. Man, it is as you've always said it, battlefield multiplier, 100% battlefield multiplier. But the gunfights as well. The gunfights really come boil down to moments a lot of times, and I'm really excited about capturing those moments and celebrating them. I'm stoked, man. I'm really excited for it.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game. Now, in that same breath, though, you got to be careful, right? Because you can win. You can win. Let's say a 6v6 squad battle, and all of a sudden, you think that's it, and there's a recon team watching you or a tank watching your OP.
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
may think you got the edge, and you paused for that moment, and it costs you that OP, that garrison,
Yes.
your spawns.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a brawl tonight. I don't think it'll be a sweep. I don't.
I
It
don't
would
think so either.
surprise me.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna be one heck of a match.
Yeah.
So
I mean, these are two of the best teams out there. When they did APL, both did TL did it? APL. No. TL didn't do APL, but Chimera did APL, and Chimera was considered a tier 1 team. They were a first seed
top
team.
seed, yeah.
Yeah, top seed team. Guarantee you, if TL and man, if I'm butchering that where they were in APL, I apologize so much. Guarantee
Well,
you, even if they
regardless,
weren't, they would be
they're
a
both
tier 1.
they're both good teams.
Yes, they
They're
are.
both really good.
Yes, they
teams.
are. I mean,
And
you
we've
don't.
seen more TL. We've probably
Yeah.
seen a little bit more TL.
Yeah.
Just with the time and stuff, but I'm sure Chimera is just as good. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
So
gonna be
I mean,
it's
and
gonna be
we've got to
great.
play with a lot of TL guys.
We
You know,
have probably done,
we've
yeah.
seen them lay down as you would say it, lay down the scunion. Uh, I gotta steal your terms, man, because they're awesome.
Hey,
But
go for it. Go for it.
well, we're
Uh,
still waiting up for them to load. It looks like they're finishing up their dry runs, and they're getting ready to get in. Chimera is already in here. They're ready to go. They got all 49 of their guys. They're ready to the
they're
clown,
making
man.
sure that ping's good. They're probably
Yeah.
checking that
Now,
ping
now the
right
good,
now. I
the
would be.
funny thing is that Chimera probably has a worse ping in this server, given the fact that they're using their US West server. So I'm looking at it. They got pings, between 100 to 200, basically, for a lot of their guys. So, ping. I mean, I think as long as you keep the ping under 200, I hope the effects are marginal. But I mean, but we've all been there. We've all played in European and in Australian servers. Like, you just deal with it, man. Like, and I think it just presents a new
Yeah,
challenge. Like, you try to keep it. I think they've tried to keep it as fair as possible. I mean, heck, I think Chimera using a US West server is about as fair as could possibly be, probably even more fair for TL. So the sportsmanship level on that note, I love it. I love that they're kind of giving
Wait,
them
check. Hello.
more of a space. So, but
Well,
yeah, man.
Hell Let Loose, ping suffrage, I would say, is less than other games. It's still viable,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
But the style of the game, it's a lot slower pace. Outside maybe the gunfights, but if you get a flank on somebody and your ping is 10, 20, 30% higher than theirs, if you've got that flank on them and they don't know you're there, you're going to get the shot. What you're going to miss out on is those snapshots a lot of the times with high ping. That one guy running across the field you're trying to pick off at 300 meters may just be too far, right?
Yeah.
And hats off to Team 17 for this last update. I think it's solved a lot of issues. I know there was a lot of amnesty towards some of the things that were going on, and it seems to be running smooth every match I've been in.
Yeah,
outside
absolutely.
Of minor things.
Yeah, and I think that going off of that, since we got the time, I love the changes. Like I love, and it's not on the developer side. I think that it's not a matter of have they brought in all this great content? No, right? Like that's the one thing. I think one of the criticisms of HL players is that whenever they brought on new content, it has ended up breaking the game to a certain extent. I love that they've taken it a step back. I love that they've worked on solidifying what they have in terms of content. Not like let's focus on re-zeroing the rifles. I think I've seen some people are a little bit PO'd about some of the tank changes. For APL, one of the big announcements for APL rules is that Panthers are now allowed in APL. I've never seen that. Like I've never and I haven't been around as long as some people have, but in all my time of playing with comp rules, Panthers have never been allowed. Never. And now they are. But that's because they've changed their reload speed. I've actually seen some preference change to the Tigers, which actually I'm really excited for. I know that there's some issues about now they can run, Axis can run 2 heavies when the Soviets could only run. I don't care, man. It just came over, by the way. So the server is using a custom rule set. No Panthers. Panthers are not going to be allowed, even though APL is allowed that. They're using previous rules. And then 1-man Artie. So I'm assuming that man is immortal. I'm assuming that man is pretty close. APL rules. Yeah, absolutely. So really exciting. Man, I think it is almost underway. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen over to the match. And they have not done the map flip yet, but there we are. So they have not done the map flip yet, but they are all in here. So it sure looks like it. At least 48 to 49 right now. I think TL is missing a couple of guys, probably. I think they're missing a couple of guys. There we go. So, we are going to be joining the squad with the with the Artie guy. So on TL side, we'll be observing from TL side. TL will be running Axis for this match, and then Chimera will be running the Allies for this match as well. So.
And again, that first 5 minutes is so critical.
It really is.
I mean, it is just so critical.
It really is. It really is. And so, I mean, these are guys who practice their freaking truck runs, like when in their free time. Like they know these routes. I mean, peak efficiency is where I would put it at. Like these guys.
Here's coming down a supply drop to your right.
Airhead. It's actually a supply drop. They had an airhead coming down. Funny enough, they already have an airhead down on AA. So TL guys. This is not the match. This is the pre-match, but these boys are getting ready on AA already.
Look at those garrison placements. They're already predetermined in this.
Yeah. Now this is for they're working the Allied side right now, but I mean, this kind of gives you an idea of where they think Garrison should go. Obviously, like what we talked about,
Cemetery,
Cemetery is one of them, right? Pierce Farm was another one, like we talked about. And this is a pretty classic one, right? You got the actually, I kind of want to go back to this point right here, right here. So Garrison right here. You know, a lot of times I see them put that Garrison behind that house right
yeah,
there
a
that
little
I'm talking
closer to
about.
that house.
But
Yeah.
I actually don't mind the backup Garrison being a little bit farther back. You know, kind of throw it off Recon's game a little bit. I mean, if I'm a Recon guy, I mean, a lot of times what I do is I trace that line back, right? Like I'm assuming they put a Garrison on the line. So putting it back a little bit, even though it costs you maybe a little bit of distance, it may very well give you more cover. It may very well give you you know, an opportunity to keep that Garrison up from. This is hilarious. But
You love seeing this before
I do.
games,
I really
right? These
do.
guys just having a ball.
I do. I love it, man. It excites me. Um, that's hilarious, dude. Riding on the tank, the TL commander, and then an armor guy from Chimera are riding together in a Greyhound, man. You gotta love it, dude. Gotta love it. Probably gonna ride it all the way back, I would think.
Good time. That's such a hallmark of the sportsmanship
It
of Hell
is.
Let Loose, right?
It
Like
really is.
just both teams not killing each other right there, just hanging out, riding around
Yes,
together.
absolutely, absolutely. So I'm kind of curious. Well, and they may not have placed garrisons up, but I'd be really curious, you know, on the Chimera side where they've put stuff up. They may just be hanging out, and they're basically all hanging out in their center HQ. It looks like a couple guys on the right, a couple guys on the left. Commander, let's go ahead. I think I saw the Chimera commander. Butter dog. Put the dog on the butter on it. Butter dog. Dude, bro, you've gotta play that soundboard. I think I'm gonna put you in charge of the soundboard for this. Do I have the soundboard on? That's the real
Here you
question.
go.
Yes, I do.
With the butter dog. I got the butter on him.
It's perfect, dude. It's perfect.
There you
Um,
go. Okay. So they
Um,
probably got their tank squads rotating out here.
Yeah.
One tactic I love to use, and I'm giving it away here a little bit, not always effective, depends on point layout, but to throw that recon tank in is just
Yeah.
something to throw people off, get people out of. Maybe they get a truck kill, maybe they get people to hold off back from point a little bit. Sometimes it goes down right away. Right? It's a 50-50. But that thing's not lasting more than a minute out there. But that may be all you need to get your guys to the point, right?
Yeah.
Or get those Garys established.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know what I'm really excited about? And the map flip is happening in about 30 seconds. But what I'm really excited about, I want to see some freaking rocket shots across the freaking map and kill some trucks, man. that is what I'm praying for. Is let's see some rocket shots. Let's see some truck kills. Man, like. And we've seen them in these comp matches where these boys are launching insane rocket shots. And now I wish I could say like I know how that works. I know I'm good at it. Whatever. No, I'm not at that level certainly.
Well,
But,
that takes some training, and we saw one of those a couple Friday night fights ago on Stalingrad. I mean, just insane. So, all right, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah,
Here
absolutely.
the squad's filling up.
Yeah, they filled up immediately. I got beat.
Sugar. I don't even think I've seen a sugar before. That's pretty cool.
There we go.
Right.
So I will not have access to the command chat, but that is okay. That is okay. I kind of like it sometimes as a commentator, as a spectator. I kind of like to hear it because, and it put it on low a little bit. And here we go. The points dug out. Dug out on the west side, Brecourt, Hamlet on the mid corner, west, and then LeGrand is the first point for TL. So we're going to go ahead and get set up. I mean, this is probably, for both teams, not a point they necessarily wanted to see, but for Chimera, probably one of the better points, I would think. I think that would be kind of more what they would want to see. You know, as we talked about, and I'm going to point it out right before we start here, on Dugout, man, this spot right here for the tanks as well on, because of that elevation. You got a couple spots where you can place tanks at.
Well, and even if you can get some infantry up there,
Yeah,
and MG,
MGs,
right? Those
yeah,
fields
MGs.
of fires are
Yep.
crazy. Up
And you
there.
could set them up on these hedgerows here, up on the, that would be on the northwest side of dugout. I mean, we'll see. I think TL has to take this point right off the bat. I don't think they will, given, just historical and the distance and all that. But we'll
Let's
be
see
able to
where
see.
Chimera is.
Yeah.
They've got to be. They got to be getting close here too. They've
Well,
got a pretty
it's about a
straight
minute.
shot.
You still got a minute left of warm up.
Oh, we got the wall.
Yeah, we got the warm up.
Let's
So
see
we
where
got
they're-
the truck
okay,
already.
staged.
Stewart's already out and about.
Yeah, he's gonna throw that in there.
Tanks are rushing. We already got the
They
medium.
know.
Yeah,
They know.
They
That
know, man.
is-
They know 100%. Now this
That
truck
is
is not as full as I thought it would be. Oh, OP. Yep, they're already got the OPs for their fellas. So they're getting up in that truck. I like
They're
it.
getting those nodes up. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing right now. I
Yep.
got you. So that's smart. Instead of waiting on that Gary, they're trying to get those nodes up quicker and then rotate off on the OP.
And
to
here's
get
the
in
truck. Here's the truck for the line.
Yeah,
Right
it is
here.
Pretty packed.
West side. That's what's really interesting. Is they're going on the west side. I'd be curious. Do they go for defend mark here? Right. They keep on the all the way on the west side.
Blue line Gary.
Yeah,
Up,
get that blue line garrison up in the corner. I mean, which is I think ideal. You get like on attack mark and then defend mark right here. I think those are the two spots for backup garrisons. But we'll see. We'll see who gets to it first.
Well, and you can tell TL knows that it may come down to that second point
Already launching.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh, 18. No, that's tank shots.
That may be a tank
That's
shot.
tank shots.
Man.
Unbelievable.
Where
is
is
it?
he? Let's see if we can find
Is
that
it?
guy.
I'm looking for this tank, and I don't see it. But that looked like a tank shot to me, didn't it? To you? There's the tank.
It
Right
sure
there, the
did.
medium is rolling down the road.
Man.
What? I mean, pre-fire, like, we've heard of pre-fire before. That's about as pre-fire as you get with a
That
tank.
takes
Holy
you back
shit.
to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2
Oh,
with throwing the grenade at the beginning.
Insane.
Almost, you know?
Truck on TL coming in from the southwest side. A Lux coming in.
Oh,
Rocket
here we go.
shot.
We get a rocket
Rocket
going.
shot.
There it goes.
Not that
Oh,
far off. The
Not
TL
bad. Not a bad
getting in with the truck.
Okay.
They're going to get set up on this north side. Already a few guys dropping out. XO playing with Chimera. Interesting. Looks like they got some Esprit guys coming in. And they're going to get in.
Here we go.
Cap
Look at
progress
this.
immediately going into Chimera. But TL already on the... Look at this. On the right-hand side, east
They
side,
know.
they have
Oh.
the flank. And then
They
Chimera
know
taking...
that hill. They're
Yep.
going to take that hill.
Now, here's what's interesting is Chimera going to be able to squeeze, and they took the far east flank, while TL is they're going to try
They're
to
taking the
close
hill
it in a little
first.
bit.
Let's see if they can hold it.
Yes.
That hill's gonna
Spearheaded.
be a lot.
I love this. The Puma on the east side, the Lux as well. I mean, they're going to hold in. They went for a more spearhead approach. Unbelievable. They got
may
two
pay off.
Luxes right off the
Medium
back, and the
over there.
medium's coming in. Yeah, AT shot. TL is
Oh,
getting
taking
progress
fire, taking
on the
fire on
point.
light.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this guy made satchel. We got a satchel going towards.
Oh, yep.
Oh, no,
Chimera
18,
getting
18.
shot.
Oh.
Lux is down on the point. Chimera
Great
getting
ship here.
back
Oh.
progress. They had TL was getting progress on the point, but now Chimera is getting it back.
Medium just went down back there, I think, or Stewart.
I can't
I'm
tell.
not
I
sure.
can't tell. They just marked that tank on that northwest side. Not entirely sure if that was the medium or if that was a Stewart. Let me see if I can get a view on that. Looks like the Stewart. No, medium. The medium is down for Chimera. Yeah.
That was a big play for TL.
If they weren't losing cap progress, which actually they're gaining it back, I love this approach by TL. They got the hill, they got the high ground, they got the road on the east side of the point. Now, what TL needs to do, they need to collapse in. They got these guys on the south side. They've taken control of the house. They've taken control of a lot of these strategic points, and we got a big
Chimera's
spawn
in a
wave.
great spot, though. They've got to
Yeah,
get
they
rid
are.
of her, I'm
Yeah, they
sure.
do. And we
That
just saw a
spot
big
is a
spawn
great
wave on
approach.
that west side. Yeah. Another vehicle down on the point. I'm not entirely sure what vehicle that is. Trying to get a visual. Truck. It's just a truck. It's just a truck. The medium
Oh,
rolling
here comes
into the
medium.
center.
Whoa, we got rounds coming in probably from that Stewart. Chimera,
trucks.
If they move a little closer, they're going to have a lot of pressure here.
And you can see out in the distance, TL wrapping around with the Lux, getting shots.
Oh, that's a good play.
That is a fascinating play. Medium is still up. Cat progress going back to
Tank's
TL.
going down on the right. Truck went down and a tank went down. Stewart's down. Looks like that light from TL is still up. Is that no?
Well, the Lux is still up.
It's
TL
still
Lux
up.
is
It's
still
still
up,
up.
laying down hate on this
Chimera's
west side.
responding, though.
Yeah, they
it's
are.
not going to last long. He's got to get out of there.
Yeah, man, he's moving. He's moving, but there's only one AT guy. AT guy down, and the Lux still holding it down here. Arty
This
shots
should be
launching
worth watching.
heavy, good intel, good Arty shots on that west side.
Chimera's going off over that tank. Chimera knows now.
Yeah, and TL, love this. Look at this positioning by this medium Panzer IV, loving it on the south side as they come in from the north.
U.S. supplies coming down on a point. They're going to try to get a Gary there if they can take it. But
yeah, absolutely.
This might go to TL.
It is. Well, the Cat progress is in favor. They're holding the point down. Arty, whoa! Already holding it down on the point.
I mean, Arty is vital. It is vital.
It is extremely vital, and I love how they've switched. They've had actually this is that's gonna be Chimera Arty. The Arty for TL looks like it's a landing on that west side, although they may have switched. We got some Chimera guys coming in, but I mean the positioning for TL is perfect for this, in my opinion.
The hill, but they took that house complex to your left there.
Yeah.
These houses, they're a little tricky to navigate, but when you get through them and you control them, you can control that center point.
Yeah.
And that's just what they're doing. They
And
lost
the point's
hill,
it.
but I think
That's the point right there. No Garys for the attack for TL yet. They know they got flares up like crazy. They know where they're positioned at. Right now they've set up 3 backline garrisons, 1 on the southwest side. They've pushed them back. That's what's fascinating. No Gary on the point yet. They have supplies on the west side. They've set up for the defense. Looks like they're going to try to get something up on center point. But right now, TL is in control of this point. Chimera's still pushing, though. Chimera has still got a decent push. We just saw a tank go down. I'm assuming that's the Lux. Maybe? Stewart took out the Lux. Stewart took out the Lux. Chimera hurting, but he takes out the Lux. I mean, that Lux, beautiful flank, a little bit chaotic. And we just saw a tank go down. That's the Puma. Puma, I believe, is down for TL. Yeah,
is the medium still up for them?
Yes. Ooh, is it? Let's take a look.
I haven't seen it. I saw it a minute ago.
Yeah, right here. It's moved over to the west side of the point. Okay. Yeah, he is shifted to the west side of the point.
He's
right here. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Good call outs. Good. Oh my gosh. And we see here a big push on the center of the point. Chimera following in.
Yeah, this spearhead may play out. If TL's got the cover advantage, but Chimera has the concealment advantage on that road right
Yes,
now.
they do.
So, which I'd rather, I don't know about you, Sheep, but I'd rather have to cover over the concealment. But
I would.
Sometimes the concealment
100%.
pays off.
Well, I mean, it's the difference between movement and dying a lot of times. And now look at this. They're winning some gunfights on the point. TL is holding it down. But, I mean, this is not an easy point to hold down. There is only one squad holding this center point. We got a couple guys on the east side. I mean, really, at this point, if Chimera could set up their line, collapse in a little bit, but I think they're running into a lot of conflict here on this east side. TL's responded on that far east flank.
And I think that's a big difference between these comp matches and pub matches. You know, in pub matches, you see a lot of guys rush point. And hey, rightfully so sometimes, right?
Yes.
But if you don't close up those flanks, you're not going to hold that point. It's just so fun to watch these comp teams.
It is.
Understand strong points, understand movement, and have these epic battles nowhere even near the point sometimes, right?
Yes.
It's just cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You almost have like micro battles happening. And I question it sometimes. I question it. I'm looking for OPs here. But you see one OP there in the trench on the north side, but Chimera's lost a little bit of that push. They're spread out a little bit. I don't know if this is a bit of a stretch. You know, the one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to fixate so much. I know that you want center control, right? Especially if you end up pushing onto Hamlet. But I mean, literally, like, we're seeing Chimera get wrapped up in some conflict on the center of the point. But to be fair, you know, this may be part of the strategy. If there's one thing that I'm seeing, I was a little bit concerned about. I think they've closed the gap a little bit. Was TL being a little bit spread thin, only having one squad on the point, but hey, they're holding it down. You can't really argue if they're holding it down on the center of the point, and I think it looks like Chimera's kind of struggled to start pushing it up. You see that tank holding it down. They're literally holding that center flank where these guys are trying to push. OP down. OP is down here.
Thanks, got there now.
Another one's
I got
up,
some
though.
spawns.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do
yep.
got some spawns
Now,
here.
let's see if we got any
Oh.
Chimera back squads, I wonder, too.
Back
'Cause
squads, yeah.
You know, TL's far flank is a little exposed
We see
right
a
now.
Garrison and
There's the
Cemetery.
Garrison,
So you got Cemetery, Garrison. I'm curious. I would think that the Garrison, I'm going to look right here. Let's see here.
Somewhere along this road, maybe in that house. No.
Bro, if this guy is making shots here, which is what I really want to see.
He could be. He could be.
If that is, that's unbelievable. Here's Gary. Gary is down on the far west side of the northwest side, I'm sorry, on dugout. Here's what I really like to see. This is what I've always been. Oh, we just saw a tank shot. That's a big tank shot. 76 is now in the fight for Chimera up on this north side, laying down hate. Just as Teal is starting to push out north, trying to push the offensive back onto them. What I'd really love to see, and what TL I think is really doing well here, is as a defensive team, pushing through, assaulting through, getting rid of those spawns. I mean, sometimes your best defense is a good offense, and we're really seeing that here with TL pushing up. The question then becomes, I think what Chimera is doing right now is they've really pushed out wide. You see guys still trying to push on this west side, but big push for Chimera on this east side. If they can get control of this east side, which I think is what they're trying to do, then they could start pushing in, maybe from the backside, maybe in due east of the point. But at this point,
Well, if they can get that medium down and get some more tank support, I think they're trying to set up an anvil approach on the east and the west.
yeah,
And if they can get a coordinated push and get TL responding to the incorrect push, they may have a real shot at capping this point back.
yeah,
You guys see
absolutely.
that tank?
It's interesting here in the proxy chat. They're looking for the tank. They know a tank is up. They know a 76. I mean, it's not that far. It's in front of them. It's. I think it. Ooh. Oh, the
there
repair
goes the
station. The
medium.
repair station is down. I'm not entirely sure
Oh,
what
is that
took out the
repair?
repair station.
Is there a heavy coming up here?
No,
What
but there is
that
a
out
tiger. There is a tiger for the
Okay,
line
okay.
now on this backside. The heavies are now in play for both teams. 76 and tiger in play.
This could change a lot of dynamic. We'll see here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to me, it looks like Chimera's really lost this west flank. They got a couple of guys, but I mean, it really looks like they focus more on the center. They focus more on the right. Until Chimera can really start hitting this armor, I don't think they're really going to be able to push down center. I mean, look, oh, medium in the center, laying down hate on the. I really like this move. Holding it down, like killing these guys up on this hill. It's probably the only spot, other than maybe on this northeast side where a couple Chimera guys are at, to get guys on that road that is east of dugout. And right now, I mean, it looks like tanks are playing it really close to their chest right now. I'm gonna get a visual on this medium. Man, it's hard to tell.
You can tell both Chimera and TL are so skilled. Because one thing you see on these matches versus, let's say, a public match is the use of flares. I've seen flares all throughout from both sides.
I've seen three flares up for TO at times.
There
There's
may be
two
two up
spotters
right now.
There's two spotters. I saw 3 flares up over the point. Love the recon. I mean, this is unselfish play, and I really love it. You know, and I think TL has to play this way. They are not pushing the offensive at all. I see a couple squads, Mike and Abel for TL, pushing up way east. But, I mean, what else are you gonna do? You got really, I mean, really the only push that you got to get onto Brecourt, and they are nowhere near it, is setting up some type of attack garrison, probably from cattle sheds or even farther north. But I mean, just based on the geography of the points, I mean, the best defense they're gonna have is pushing through. Pushing through as a line, not to get exposed on one side or the other in case one gets behind. They got some flank back on this west side, not really pushing in deep yet.
Those
but
dragon's teeth on that side though they're just not much cover.
No,
and
no.
TL's pushed out a couple spotting elements up there to just kind of get that defense. You know, a play from Chimera might be a lazy half track in the back, right? Like, I know tanks are important, but I just don't know if the spawns are there for them to make a real big push here. And there's a lot of time, right?
Yes,
a lot of time.
There is a lot of time.
So.
And I think you got to play it patiently, right? You got to play it patiently. And I think the one thing I'm seeing Chimera do is they are slowly working their way on this east flank. They're slowly moving south. TL is doing a very good job of responding to it. They're maintaining pressure on 3 different fronts. And I like that. But at some point in time, I mean, I think the armor is killing them a little bit. I think the armor is suppressing them. And just like you said, I mean, on that west flank, what are you going to do? There's not a whole lot of empty ground, or sorry, of cover. I mean, really, what else are you going to do other than, you know, maybe take these buildings up or really push towards the center? And by that point, you're pushing center. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we got this, we got this hedgerow right here. You could transition there, maybe, if MGs aren't killing you.
Yeah.
But then the assault's coming center. The assault's really coming down center.
And Chimera's had they've got a squad committed to coming center, and these are where these gunfights are taking place.
Yes.
Actually, Chimera has a little bit of an edge to get up in 2 point, I would say. It's just a matter of if they know it and they're able to take advantage of it, and if they win the gunfights on that particular engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. Medium is still up for the line. Heavy as well. Those are the 2 tanks in play for the line. We got a little bit of a push here on center. No people on the point. No people on the point. We do have a spawn. We do have a spawn already has been crushing it for Chimera on this center. We got smokes coming out. We got a
those gunfights.
medium holding down the flank on the west side. And I mean, I mean, you could see the gunfights just gunfights.
Those flares, there's those flares again. Right,
you know,
there.
I wouldn't be opposed if Chimera looked at this and like, man, like we've had the best push coming in from the center. I wouldn't be opposed to like, you know, the squads on the west side collapsing back down, coming in and trying to spearhead, right? Like take advantage of the fact that, I mean, there's really only been 1 squad holding it down. I think TL's actually moved a couple of guys back into the point. They've seen like a bit of an assault coming in the center of the point. But I mean, like, literally, like right there, a couple more guys, they may have gotten a stronghold on the point, honestly. They may have been able to push in, take out the OPs. There's 1 Gary on the point. 1 Gary on the point. 1 Gary on the west side.
And that's so hard for Chimera to commit to, right? Because they're still, I mean, they've got a lot of wide commitment out there. I mean, gosh, what an even spread.
It is. Right? It's incredible. I mean, it's literally direct line. Now, here's what I really like. So we got the Tiger is moving up. There is a squad leader for Chimera on this south side.
This is going to be an
He's got a Gary.
Play.
He's got a Gary up on this south side here.
Now, if you're Chimera right now, you probably don't want to pull your center guys off. You want to pull some
no.
Forward,
I'd be pushing. Right? I'd be pulling my
bombing
west guys.
Run. Here's a bombing
and that's
run
a
going
TL bombing run on the west side. Oh man, if I'm Chimera, I'm saying, well, especially if we lose this garrison, which I'm sure they did. Let's take a look here.
Interesting, that bombing run may have helped Chimera.
Yeah. It may help the resolve of like, hey, we're freaking committing on this south side. The real question is, and they've moved up the tanks. They've moved up their line, not knowing that where's this garrison? I'm looking for the garrison. And maybe where's that?
Further back.
I'm trying to find
it.
It was near.
That
was right here. It was right there. It's already.
I think he took it out. This
already gone.
Over there for TL.
Unless it's They just set
Oh,
up
here's
an
an
AT
arty
gun.
gun going up?
Yeah, AT gun set up on the
AT?
south side.
That guy may have wiped it for TL. He may have shut down
That's
Chimera's
brutal.
push, that one
That
guy.
is brutal. And so
We
now
could be wrong. We could
now
be
the
wrong.
Tiger
That
is moved up. One of the Tigers, at least. They think there's 2 Tigers in play now. Yep, there's 2 Tigers in play. One on the
That
southwest
one's
side,
over.
and then one on the point. I mean, at this point, it seems like TL's got the armor superiority. I'm not seeing where the tanks are at. They just launched a shot there on the northwest side. Not seeing a lot, but this is exactly what I was talking about. Pushing through. Pushing through.
Now, TL has committed, it looks like, some more people to stop that center push. And if you go back to that hill sheet,
yeah, absolutely.
that Tiger they have there, he understands that little bit of height, little bit of elevation.
Shot!
Oh!
He just got hit by a tank. Not
This
sure
is an
entirely
interesting
where.
play.
We got multiple. There was a vehicle that just went
Oh!
down on Brecourt. Not
Might be
entirely
it,
sure
maybe
what
not.
it was. Not entirely sure.
What a game, though. What a game.
I mean, this is what we're talking about. It's a slugfest, man. A slugfest
and
between
you
the
can
line
see
and Chimera.
TL is just not committing anything crazy here. They're
No.
just slow and steady.
Yeah.
And that's a good play. Oh, here we go. Here's some gun play over here.
Yeah, we got
this
some gun
hill's
play.
important, too.
It is.
This hill,
We got a
a
flare
little bit
up.
more in favor
just
of
like we were talking
Chimera
about.
on that trench line.
Yes.
But,
big spawn. Big spawn on the center. They continue to push with at least one squad. I mean, the real question for Chimera, I think, is you've lost your push on the northwest side. You've lost the push. And here, I say that. There's 4 guys there. They may have got a garrison right back up. I don't know.
well, and that's a huge thing is garrison replenishment.
Garrison's
right?
back
there
up.
it is. Yeah.
Garrison's back
Yeah.
up.
Getting that, you know,
Blocked
hey,
from the
Gary's
tank
taking out by a
shots.
bombing run. Let's get it back up, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that is so vital. This tank here, this Tiger is in great position.
There's actually multiple tanks, like, in depth. You got the medium and the Tiger both in depth here on this west side. Actually, he's a solo. He's either a solo or...
Oh, he's
empty.
He's kind of
empty.
a sacrifice. That's an interesting strat. I don't know why that is right
Well,
now,
that
but that's an
tank just-
interesting strategy.
What is he getting hit by? That's my question. I don't know where this tank is
Possible.
at for Chimera.
Chimera may have an AT gun out here. Let's
Oh,
see.
it was. There was an AT gun.
Was
That
there?
AT gun is down now.
I bet.
Look
that
at
was
this!
It. I bet that was it.
Coltrane!
Oh, Coltrane
Get
coming up.
behind!
He has found the Gary.
Chimera
Okay.
trying to get on it.
Oh.
He's got it.
He's going for an OP burn. No,
He's getting the supplies.
Oh.
He's getting the
Here
supplies.
comes Chimera, though. Here comes
Boyke,
Chimera. They are not
can't
happy
get
about
it. Can't get it.
Oh.
Coltrane goes down, but
Wow.
man, no
What a
supplies.
They'll
No
get it
supplies.
back
They'll
up.
get it back. They'll
Oh,
get it back. They'll
he-
have to hold OP.
Teal's Tiger almost hit him.
Yeah.
He was trying to get
Yeah.
that Gary, too. It was who could get it first. Really interesting. Oh,
Look at that frag. Beautiful frag. I mean, Chimera at this point, they got OPs close to here. They got to hold it down. Another guy goes down to Convenant and Pop-Tart as they move up. We saw I think we just saw an OP spawn right here. Supplies.
they're gonna, yeah,
Supplies
they're gonna
dropping
get that
down. They're
Gary
going to get a
replenished.
Gary up.
Not a bad play.
Oh,
Not a bad
I think they have to at this point, just at the very least, to keep some type of presence. Because here's the issue,
Well,
right? The
TL may
issue.
get overextended here.
Well,
we'll see.
but the problem is if they push, right? So they take out the spawn that's on the northwest side of dugout. What's to stop them from getting to Brecourt? What's the
Well,
with all these guys
and
pushing?
that's a risk. But the way we're seeing TL play, I don't think they're interested in taking Nick's point.
Yeah.
I think their goal is to. So you almost have to tempt them a little bit.
Big.
Right? You got to put that carrot out there.
Big
and get
presence
them
on
to
this
commit.
northeast side. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. And I mean, and they have shown no proclivity other than Option is out here south of Cattle Sheds. Kind of like what I was talking about. If you're going to set up, I just saw a vehicle. Is that a Stewart? I'm trying to get a visual.
Maybe.
Chimera.
It's a tank for sure.
Stewart. Chimera's got a Stewart.
What a great tank, too. The Stewart is a little stout.
And we
Stout
got
fella.
multiple tanks in play now. The 76 rolling up to the point. Rolling
you
up to
almost
the
have
garrison.
to coordinate that, right? You almost have to coordinate multiple tanks in these kind of matches.
Yeah.
Because you know one of them is going to go down. It's just a matter of who's going down first, who can spot the next tank and get it. So.
Now,
We'll see how this plays.
now I'm really curious. So we got one squad leader for Chimera up on Cattle. I wouldn't think they have a. He just said an OP.
OP.
He
Good
said
OP.
an OP.
I mean,
He's-
these barns are a critical hold point.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a garrison here, but here's what Taco's doing. And Taco is moving into Cattle. He's got one other guy. He just set up an OP. No garrison. There's no garrison to push. I think they're gonna start at the. He just said Cattle Gary cleared.
Maybe.
may
Well,
have
he might have
taken
been
it.
looking. I don't think he took it out. I think he was scanning for it.
Maybe, but
you know, 'cause
he just
Cattle-
but he missed a dude. I'll tell you that he missed
Yeah,
a dude.
that's why I think he kind of predetermined called that, which is fine. I mean, he looked in there, he ran around, he didn't hear it, right? And
Yeah.
that's audio. Heck, audio on a Gary is more important than the visual. Half the time you hear
Yeah.
him before you ever even see him.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, if Chimera can solidify a center push,
I-
I think
I think that's the push, right? Like I think I think they missed the opportunity. Where's this tank? I'm looking for it. There's the tiger right there. Sogon, gosh, the names. TL killing me on these names. Look at this. Just read this for me, M80. Just read this for me.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing
Oh,
it. All kind of
gosh.
goes together there, doesn't
Gosh.
it? Now, Chimera's bleeding off Cemetery, which it's not a bad play either, but I think that Tiger's going to shut him down. I mean,
I agree.
I don't
Well,
know.
there's there's
Well-
two tigers up. There's two tigers up for. There is a 76 in
hard.
play, but I think TL is really edging it out now on the tank battles. And I mean, if they're running a Stuart, they're in trouble. They're out of resources, I would assume.
and we're not even 30 minutes in yet. You know, a big part of this time in the game is so critical for
Yeah.
command build up, right?
Yeah.
You got to build up those supplies or build up those resources, whether it be manpower,
Yeah.
munitions is huge. You got to monitor that.
What's real curious is that TL, and it may just be a cool off, but no encouraged right now for TL.
That is interesting.
Speaking of resources, TL just, I mean,
He may have converted. He may have had to convert to munis.
there's
I mean,
a
Artie's
big
been firing.
spawn right here. OP
that
in the trenches. Yeah, there is an OP.
And that's a good trench. It's just hard to get out of that trench. You know, an AT gun up there could do some work on those tanks.
I think
it's
it
just-
could.
Whoa,
I think it could, but the problem is they got infantry pushing them. TL is
I know,
winning some
yeah.
gunfights
They're-
over here.
they're
Held
keeping the pressure
them
on.
down. They've held them down.
hats off to Chimera though for keeping the fight alive. 'Cause
Yes.
it's easy to get discouraged, especially on these pushes. Such a hard point. And so hats off to them. TL has the advantage right now, but how many games have we seen come down to the last 2 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
They're not
may
out of
have
this
something
yet.
in their back pocket. here.
Yeah, they are not out of this yet. And the real question becomes, I mean, literally, like, it is, both teams have committed that this is essentially, I hate to put this, I know this is not what they are really intending. It feels like a 50v50 seeding match where they are fighting over the center point and they are totally okay with not pushing onto Brecourt, onto the attacking point. But honestly, strategically, why would TL do anything other
Why
than...
would you? Yeah,
why would you? Why would you
right?
commit? You're committing troops off the point. I mean, they're already spread out as it is. Chimera is in position. In my opinion, like, especially if they start, I mean, there's literally only 3 guys on the center of this point. Chimera technically has the numbers advantage, and
Has
they
the
could
numbers.
easily shift the numbers advantage, in my opinion, to this center push. I just don't know. I don't know if Chimera is holding off because they don't want to give up that west flank because then it's a push on the Brecourt. I don't know. I don't know.
TL is getting a little strung out here. They're starting to collapse a little with
well,
those
and this
tanks.
tiger is in the middle. Both tigers
All tigers are
surrounded.
Hey, I
AT
mean, not
got
a bad
right
play.
in front of him.
Wow, look at this. Look at this. Is a
Oh! Ah!
Tigers lives to fight another day here. We'll see if
AT!
it's
Oh, that's a tank
AT
shot.
on him.
That is a tank shot. I don't
Wow,
know.
where's that at? Where is that at?
Yeah, right there, right there.
Whoa! Oh, he sees him. Miss. Near
There's
miss.
2
Oh,
shots on him. He's got 2 tigers on him. Can he get it? Low shot.
Oh! They're threading the needle on these shots right now. They're shooting through the bushes. The
I mean,
commanders
literally,
of these tanks.
These tank battles sometimes they come down to the freaking minutest thing. Down he goes. 76 down.
What? Let's see what took that out. Was that AT?
It was
or
a
was that
no.
tiger
It was
on
a
the right?
second
Oh,
tiger.
second tiger.
He had 2 tigers facing on him. I mean, I don't know. Do you really have a shot? I mean, he hit this tiger.
He got some damage. Tiger's falling
Now
back.
and now he has to move back, but the other tiger is still up here. Here's the
Okay,
really
look at
interesting
this
push.
wave. Yeah,
this
look
is
at
the
this
push.
wave.
This is the first in a while where Chimera seems to be getting some type of big push. I say big. TL's done a look at this line. I love this line that they've set up. What was that? That was a shot on the rear of the tiger. He's down.
Oh,
He's
what?
down.
Where did that come from?
What
Where
just
did
took
that
him
come
out?
From? Oh, something's doing work.
There it is. The Stewart.
Look at that sneaky
Stewart!
Stewart. There it is.
Oh my
Stewart,
gosh.
man, you can get that in places. Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Stewart on a tiger. What a shot.
AT
Now,
guy coming
TL
for him.
knows.
But man, if
TL
he goes
knows.
down, it don't matter. It don't matter. Yowlin. Ding dong.
Okay.
Chicken. AT shot on the.
Dude,
Ah!
double. This Stewart's stout.
Fucking
He can
sturdy.
take some of these shots.
He's sturdy.
Now we got some guy. He's surrounded. This
He's
is
got
a
an
fury moment
engineer
right
coming
now.
up on his rear.
Good luck,
Guarantee his
Stewart.
satchel. Another AT
Look
shot.
at that.
The
Another
Stewart's
AT.
so sturdy. Gets on top of
He's
him.
on top of him.
Hey.
He's getting out. What a play. What
What
a
is
play.
it?
Laying down.
Oh my
They don't
god.
know.
Gets him.
Oh, he took him.
No!
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Oh
God.
gosh, that's exciting.
What a
Exciting.
great Stewart.
But what a
Good
Stewart.
job, Chimera.
This goes to show, man. Never count out the Stewart. We saw that Stewart earlier. Traversing on the northeast side. That came all the way around. Must have gone through Hamlet. Came around and took out that tiger from the rear. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, gosh.
But here's the thing. TL still has that second tiger.
They
and
do.
This is what's imperative for tank play. So not only is a tank a battlefield
We do have a
multiplier,
medium.
but you got to get multiple multipliers on the battlefield. So you
Medium
got to
down.
stack those tanks. There goes.
And
the
there's
shield.
actually, they have another tiger in play? Another tiger in play. Pushed in the flank. TL's getting a little bit overextended with these tanks. Just a little bit. But, I mean, then again,
They
he's
may
gonna
have.
He's not,
I mean, he's.
they
in the
pushed
mix,
through.
but he's in
That
a
Gary
good
used to
spot.
be, that Gary used to be, well, it used to be right there. I think they moved it back a little bit. I'm not seeing a Gary anymore. Not seeing a Gary
See,
anymore.
and with TL right now,
There are supplies
losing
there.
one of their tigers, it may be time.
But
to
they
pull
got,
that
they got 2 tigers in the
They
in
still
play
have
right
2,
now.
but they don't have 3. I think that's why they sent him up.
Well, they
there,
just
'cause
took out a
have 3.
medium as well. I mean, 76 is down, medium's down for Chimera. I mean,
Chimera needs, probably in my
Just
opinion,
push.
nothing against them, but stack their tanks and run.
stack tanks, and I think as a whole for their infantry, push this center, man. Like it. I mean, I know like if they get any action on this tiger, push center. Their TL. This is the moment. This is the moment where TL is getting a little bit overextended. They pushed on this west flank. Good for them. Good for them for pushing on the west flank.
And
But
it may pan out for TL too.
It
I
may.
mean, Chimera's had a hard time. Now they're committing some more center. It
Yeah,
looks like here, maybe.
Commander coming down the center.
But
Come on, butt it
Look
out.
at this tiger. Look at this tiger up on.
He's letting
up
loose,
on the
dude.
hill.
He is letting loose. Now he's
Did I
facing
hear something about a
northeast.
butter dog?
The dog with
Yeah,
the
hey,
butter,
but
the dog
no.
with the butter on him. The dog-
Gosh.
See, and so cool to watch these AT and tank engagements.
Yes.
They don't play them close. They play them long, typically. I mean, that Stewart was
Yeah.
at least 400 yards
At least.
from that.
At least
And-
threading the needle. Like if I go back to that spot right here, and I'm sure we can go back to the gunplay later, but literally like we spotted that tank right here, and the tigers were both like right around here. We had 2 different tigers with an angle
Oh,
on it.
bombing run.
Yeah,
Here
bombing
comes a
run.
bombing run.
That is a
Not
TL
bad,
bombing
not
run.
bad.
Now it won't. Ooh, it may get to Garrison. We'll see here. Garrison barely missed it.
Oh!
Barely
To
missed
survive
the
by skin
Garrison.
of its teeth. Look
Yes.
at that.
I mean,
Skin of its
Gary
teeth.
placement sublime on this. The only issue is that, you know, if you get a play just like that Stewart did on that backside where he traverses all the way around, I mean, it's exposed, but I mean, you know, they haven't been able to do it. Like TL has not been able to get around with the tanks. But I don't blame them either. They're more about pushing through. Is that Tiger still up? That Tiger is still up,
That's
holding
unbelievable.
by himself.
Chimera has got to do
He's
something
hurt.
about this guy.
He's hurt though. Down he goes.
There he goes. There he goes.
That's a tank. I 76. 76. And I think there's a second tank too, because I saw a shot come in from the north as well. And this is what we're talking about, getting a little bit overexposed. No infantry support. I mean, it's what happens. It's what happens. There's a repair station, but no tank. No tank. There is a 76 though. I did see that 76. I don't. Where?
That may be the old Stewart crew too. I mean, I don't know. That guy has got great positioning. We'll see if he pulls up a little bit. I'll be curious.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing with TL has done so well. They're not relying on these tanks.
No.
Almost.
No,
They're
the infantry
entrenched.
is holding it well down. You know, they've held it down. I think they're getting to me, I see the threat. It hasn't happened yet. So, I mean, like, I could be saying this, but what do I know? Because they're still holding this point, right? They're still holding the point. But to me, I see overexposure. I love the line. I really do. But I think.
Oh, here we go.
Bombing run. Does the garrison get taken out?
They're gonna push.
How the hell? They just
What?
threaded it.
What?
Threaded it.
Wow. You don't see that every day. That was the play. And for whatever
How
reason,
unlucky do you get as Chimera with that bomber
well,
run?
go back to that, Gary. I think the reason that lived is the angularity of those shells.
If that's the case, fucking unbelievable. Remind me of that Gary spot. Remind me of that Gary spot.
Yeah, well,
because holy crap.
Well, and I was even saying before the game, I don't know if you want to set a Gary on point, but hey, prove me wrong.
They did.
You know?
They did.
Prove me
Freaking
wrong.
survived a bombing run at that. You get that bombing run, I mean, now, I think there's just not enough spearhead push. Not enough spearhead push.
And it's hard to do. Do they have any MGs? Does TL have any MGs watching that road outside that tank? That's
let's see
curious. You know, that's one thing I've seen since the last update is more MG play. I mean, and it's cool to see, right?
There's one MG on this west side. I'm not seeing any MGs on the center. Obviously, I'm hearing MGs on this east side as well. There is one MG. There's an MG way on this build. Hagrid's bro. One of these. He's one of those dudes. He's one of those dudes.
This guy went to find the boy who lived. You know what I'm saying?
What a shot! Did you see that? Did you see that?
I think he may have some wizard in him yet.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
He's one of those ATV-18 guys. One of those ATV-18 guys, and bro, freaking. I just saw that shot on top. I don't know how that guy got on top of cattle sheds. I don't know. These guys find the cheekiest spots. Let me tell you what.
They know.
Now Speech he just killed a couple of guys. The question is, do they get this OP?
Does he keep pushing? Yeah.
I don't see Convent. Now here's the. I don't know. Well, I think they may have got the OP.
Let's see if they push in. Here we go. Oh, out of right field here.
Where
was that 76?
It's gotta be. But I don't. See, here it is. Here it is. Way closer than I thought it was. 76 holding this slight little angle. It's beautiful. It's actually a beautiful spot. You can see that right there. Actually, let me get behind the tank so you can see. Just threading the needle. These tanks are just threading the freaking needle.
Well, and they almost have to. Hats off to Chimera for some of this tank response, because TL's tank teams are on point, communicating. So Chimera has identified that threat, and they're responding. Yeah. And so hats off to them.
I love this. I love this for Chimera.
Where did this come from? Where's the Gary? Let's find the Gary real quick here.
Gary, right there in the middle of the fucking field.
Hey,
push it.
Sometimes it's so obvious you never even see it coming. Yeah. Okay, this is going to shake things up.
This is going to shake things up. The question, I mean, there's no spirit. They know now. This Tiger launching shots on this south side.
The south side's open for Chimera.
Big
No
spawn.
TL resistance.
TL is
This
responding. They've already responded. Already getting a flare up over the south side. I mean,
attack at the, oh, here we go. We got
this
some
is
back line.
and
TL.
now we
They're
see
going for
they've
the Gary.
gained ground on the northwest side as well. They've gained ground on the
TL
northwest
gets
side.
This Gary sheep. Go left. Look, they're starting to push this Gary. They know it's there.
Yeah, they do. They do. And the problem is this Gary's in the middle of the freaking field. I mean,
But that may be the plan. You're right. That may be the plan. And then that
yeah.
south side.
Because I don't see a whole lot of guys deploying on it either. But what I do see is they've taken back ground on this northwest side. They've taken ground on this north side. We're seeing pushes now. We're seeing pushes. AT shot from the northwest side. And they diverted attention. TL is
a lot of attention.
I wouldn't
this
say
may
panicking.
Be a solid play.
I wouldn't say panicking
worried.
yet,
They're
but
worried,
they're definitely they've refocused. Did they get the Gary?
Got it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they got it. They got the
Let's
Garrison.
see where that 76 is. I'm really curious because
It should be back on
76
last known
time.
position was on cemetery. So let's take a look here.
Oh man,
If he's still on cemetery, if he's still on cemetery, that's an issue. I don't see him on cemetery.
No, go back. I think he's dead back there.
Oh, you may be right. I didn't know if that was another tank from earlier or what, but that may be.
I think that was him.
Now Chimera is pushing a little bit. Chimera's pushing, but TL's done a good job. They've collapsed back a little bit.
Man, their response has been, and that Tiger coming up on. Oh, XL! What a shot! Let's see if he wins this gunfight.
XL, courtesy of Esprit, playing with Chimera.
Streets. Let's see, who's gonna win it?
He's at around me. He knows. He knows. But he's right back. No!
XL. Oh,
XL.
That's hard. Could have happened to anybody. I mean, that guy. This guy. Wow.
The streets
holding it
down. He's got his fury moments.
This man owns the streets right now, it appears.
Does he get any support? No. His one man's down. Up. He's holding shit down. He finally goes down. And Chimera, they may have an open window. They may have an open window now. The real question is, do they get in on this a little bit? There is a Tiger still on this east side as well, but it looks like his attention is diverted to the northeast side. Chimera with a full squad pushing on the center. I mean, just been on the verge, it almost feels like, on this center. Oh, big spawn wave. Big spawn wave. Yeah, man.
And XL's gonna want a little payback for that. He's hungry. He's hungry for some revenge.
You know it, dude. You know it. Where's he at? XL.
Yeah,
I gotta keep track of him now. Gotta keep track of him now a little bit. See.
Who we got out in this field? Lost?
It says lost that lovin'. I wish I knew what the name was. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I saw it.
Oh, I saw it too for a split second.
Where is it? It's a spree tag. Lost that lovin' feeling. Awesome.
Okay.
We got a tank. Man. We do got a tank in play. Look at that. 76 in play. For Chimera
Not bad
again.
Positioning.
Well, he's back where the original 76 is. Repair station here as well, obviously.
Ooh,
oh, actually, it's right there. I'm dumb. It's right there.
They look pretty similar.
They really do. They really do.
Look at that. Is that 3 flares out? How many flares are over there right now?
Just one right now, but the flares have been on point, consistent, constant. I mean, what can you ask for? I mean, Recon doing their job. I'm seeing an MG. Is that a tank MG or is that a regular?
I really wonder how Chimera got that back Gary up there. That was a heck.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it, and I wish I'd been able to catch that. But
heck of a play by them.
So now they're a little bit collapsed. I don't mind it. I don't mind the collapse. They collapse back to this southwest side. I think they've learned their lesson a little bit here on the southwest side. They know. But where does that come from? That comes from holding this this flank on the east side, which they've been able to do. Although we got a 70. Is that a 76 or a medium? It almost looks like a medium.
Medium. Maybe a 75 actually. Let's get a little closer.
I'm looking. So, medium.
Medium. You know, a lot of people don't like the 75, and I get it. but it's not the worst option sometimes. I mean, you got to take what you can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Medium.
So he's coming
I
around.
mean,
I love the Chimera tank plays around the edges with that Stewart and now the medium. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a far enough angle where there's no line guys are at. I mean, they got to know, right? They got to know he's been launching shots at him for pot shots. I'm not
you know,
seeing pings, though. I'm not seeing pings. And what's funny is they strafed that. Ooh, they just strafed that Garrison. Is there someone? There was someone over here. It's hot. More tanks. The Stewart.
well, and see, hats off to Chimera. You can tell.
Oh,
the
spawn wave.
caliber. Oh my gosh, he's pushing in. Is he going to get them all? He's
No, but
focused
there's
on the
no
Gary.
AT.
He's focused on
He
the
knows
Gary.
the Gary's right there. No AT. He's got to back up. Gary gone. Gary
And he got that.
gone.
He's
One.
got a rider. He's got a
He
tag
does.
there.
He does. Yeah. Yeah. Come in. That is a mark. There is a Stewart there for sure. A little bit too late. They did a strafing run, funny enough, but what was triggering that Garrison was the Stewart and not any infantry. So yeah. Now here's what's interesting. Here's some of the gunfights happening right now on center point. We got some gunfights going on. They had a flare up. They know that there's some gunfights going on. And they've shut it down, man. Like some of these gunfights,
You know,
shut it
and the
down.
skill with these teams is responsiveness and change of play.
They're out.
And, there it goes.
Hagrid.
But Hagrid,
Hagrid.
boys, he is pulling out that magic wand and saying, "I'm doing you in." Don't blame him. But the responsiveness for both Chimera and TL has been impeccable. Chimera's understood some of the tank play and shifted their strategy.
Yes,
and then TL has shifted on their infantry to attack that backline, Gary. The two backlines we've seen go up for Chimera. So it's impressive to watch both these teams
It
play.
really
Highly
is.
skilled.
It really is. I think right now, I love that Chimera is not sticking to one. They're not sticking to one strategy. They're rotating strategies. I can't tell you enough how cool that Stewart strategy was. I mean, he got a fucking tiger. I mean,
He did.
he got a tiger. I mean, battlefield multiplier right there. I mean, gosh, if I'm the line and I come back to the stream, I hope they come back to the stream and watch that play so that it just, whenever they do their film, if they do film, they'd be like, what the fuck, guys? Like, what are we doing?
I don't.
You know?
Well, and it's a rare play to see, right?
AT gun. That is an AT gun on that
that's
northwest side launching shots.
A lot of that Stewart, what it had was positioning.
Yeah.
And I mean, TL's done great with their Tigers this game.
They have.
Just kind of a bad spot he was in. He was thinking front. I don't blame him. I would have been thinking front too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, they pushed out. They've expanded out a little bit with those Tigers, and it's cost them. But for the most part, I mean, the proof's in the pudding, right? Like, they're still holding. They've held dugout for over 45 minutes now. They've held it for over 45 minutes and haven't given it back. Chimera just has not been able to string in the push. I mean, what else are you gonna do for Chimera? I mean, what do you think? What is if you were in Chimera's shoes right now? What are you telling your boys?
Well, the big thing here is going to be commander resource, right? That bombing run he put down was excellent. He just got unfortunate, didn't take out that Gary. I mean, you're going to have to do something a little wild like that, like maybe a half track kind of off center of mid, bombing run it, and get your spawns on it. The timing is just everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of these games, again, first 5 minutes, you saw how aggressive that first 5 minutes was. They know. They know whoever takes that center point, it is just going to be at such an advantage. Oh, what do we got going on out here?
I'm not entirely sure what this. Ooh, sorry. I don't know what this Chimera guy's doing. He's sending over.
Gary?
Now, they said there's a Gary. They said there's a Gary right here on ping. I'm going to it right now. Let's see here.
I'm not sure
it.
what his play is.
I don't either.
But maybe he's got a truck, right?
He does have a truck.
So,
Set an OP. Set an OP. Now he's driving the truck.
Here we got some response. And maybe it's a diversionary play. So many times, I couldn't tell you how many times.
His truck. He's spotting it.
Yeah.
Launch a shot.
Oh, what's he shooting at? A pistol? Is he shooting a pistol?
No, he's shooting that Guer. He's shooting that Guer.
Oh, the Guer.
I love me some Guer action, man. Chimera in the field a little bit. There's a Garrison. Is that a friendly Garrison? That is not. That is a
Oh, look how
that is
close.
a Chimera
Look how close
garrison.
these are.
And here's the funny part, and this is where
Pull
these
up the
fields
map
come
here.
into
Look
play.
how close.
Yeah, Able one, Dr. Spets, man. Now
Not even.
these are
not
hard
even a grid
garrisons to
square
spot.
one.
These are hard garrisons to spot sometimes, and that's where it becomes very difficult. But I mean, Chimera, they're mounting some pressure on this east side. The question is, can they collapse and get some pressure? They still got time. 39 minutes, a good amount of time. I mean, and they only need, I mean, we've seen it before. I mean, you only need one moment. Now, they've pinged a tank here. Command has pinged a tank on the northwest side. There is a tank. There is a tank. It's probably 76, right? Yep, 76.
Not a bad spot.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it
That's-
one bit. And
Man, this match has me thirsty, Sheep. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back.
you're good,
here.
bro. You are good. I know. I wish someone could get water from me, but I gotta keep. Look
Hey,
at
I'll
that
get you
AT
one.
shot
Get you one. I'll
behind.
fax it over to you.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. Can you Uber eat it to me? Just some water?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. In the meantime, looks like they're holding it up on center. But yeah, that Tiger is still back near the second points for TL, holding it down in the center. I mean, and really at this point, they just have not been able to mount any pressure at all. TL holding a very good line, holding numbers. I mean, it almost just seems like there's just overwhelming numbers all across the line. And, you know, we're seeing a little bit of action from Chimera. We see here, yeah, we got an AT guy, squad leader here, Heavenly. He must have found the garrison. Dr. Spets, can he get him? No, sir. He's gonna get to that garrison on the backhand side. Can he get the garrison? Here's the real question. Diesel, the sniper, covering on approach. I mean, there's nowhere near anyone to help protect this garrison, and the backline garrison is gonna be gone. It's one of those slow ones, unfortunately. Dude, the worst feelings in the freaking world, right? Worst. He's gonna get it eventually, though. There is a vehicle down. Not entirely sure what vehicle it is. It's a truck, just a truck. But we have a Greyhound, a Chimera Greyhound. I love these backline plays. Chimera Stewards and Greyhounds, man. And no AT guy anywhere near him. He's just gonna come in, cause some havoc. At the very least, distract these guys. Pull some, divert some attention off. Maybe get some pressure somewhere else as well. And here's the question. Does he get behind this Tiger? I don't know if he can get him. I mean, you could see it here where we're at. He knows where it's at, right? Oh, the Tiger's moving. Tiger is rotating towards the Greyhound. He knows. He's been spotted. He knows. This is just, oh my gosh, this is brutal.
All right, we're back with a little water.
Ah!
Oh, what do we got here?
So Greyhound came behind the line trying to pull another cheeky backline play. Unfortunately, TL was a little bit smart. They knew it was coming. Tiger rotated, was waiting perfectly. Good intel by TL to hold that. And right back to it. There is the backline garrison that was on the northeast side of Hamlet did get taken out by Chimera. You can see the squad leader here. I believe it's Heavenly. Is it Heavenly? Heavenly? Yep. Heavenly is the one who took out that garrison. And now he is pushing along that road north of Hamlet. The question is, can he get to this other garrison? If he could get two garrisons on the back line, man. But Dr. Ty, man.
Let's see if he's going to put him in the ground or not. They know. Little one-on-one.
One-on-one. We got a showdown, boys.
Mono-y-mono.
Mono-y-mono.
It's a bold move. Let's see if it pays.
Oh, it's not anymore. Spence goes down. Jesus, let's go down.
He is doing the Lord's work here. Heavenly.
Didn't he tell me it was the Lord's chips?
No, he goes down.
Yeah, he's down.
And
so close to taking out that OP, too. So
God.
close. And if only he knew multiple OPs. And look at that right there. A garrison right there. I don't know if he spotted it. That's the question, right? Like, did they get the intel? Do they know where the backline garrison is? Because I think that's Chimera's push, right? Is like they're adapting. They're like, screw this. Screw the frontal assault. I mean, literally no pressure now on the frontal. And,
yeah, I don't know though. You still got to get pressure there.
I know,
Because
I know.
TL
got to assault on
knows.
multiple fronts. You have to assault on multiple fronts. And I just don't know if they're going to try it from a different spot. The Tigers are still holding. Tigers is still holding.
Well, and we're almost at we're under the 35-minute mark, right?
Yes.
So they're gonna have to get a little advantageous.
A little bit of
with their
urgency is needed now. A little bit of urgency.
Already still
So,
raining in.
I gotta
would
get
be
my
curious.
water. I gotta get my
Okay,
water after
okay.
that. After my yelling, man. After my yelling.
Chimera has had some shots, just maybe a minute more they needed. on
Yes,
those.
that Garrison,
And-
I would say that was a moment. That was a moment right there. You know, I don't know. I don't know if the answer on that is to push more people on the Garrison and try to, you know, basically like overwhelmed by numbers onto that southwest side. The response by TL was amazing. And we've seen
It
that
was. They
consistently.
pulled
And I
team.
think if TL should be proud of anything, it is their defensive responsiveness, their flexibility, their ability to expand and collapse has been remarkable. I mean, and Chimera, to a certain extent, has just not, even with winning some of these battles, have just not been able to overcome
Well,
the
it's hard 'cause
preparation.
they've gotten cradled, and hats
Yes.
on to them for still holding. I mean, it's a lot of these teams are good, and the response. We played a game yesterday with TOG,
Yeah.
and the response with TOG, it was great playing with those guys because they supported responsiveness, and that's just what you gotta have
Yeah, shout out
to hold these center
shout out to our
points.
boys in TOG, by the way. Joe and the boys.
Joe and the boys.
Joe and the boys. I will-
USMC, former USMC.
Yeah,
They're good at response too. I see them shine on 18v18s, but
well, and Suzuki is in the chat. He said, "No one commenter, absolute Chad. Appreciate it. City Beats as well. Appreciate the support, my man. It's been fun to watch, fun to commentate, fun to. Oh, I barely missed.
Oh, so close.
Barely
Oh,
missed.
those precisions, man. Those precisions
Moments.
are so hard to utilize.
I'm telling you, moments. Sometimes this stuff just comes down to moments. Just taking out a Tiger, taking out a Garrison with a bomb and run. Just like, it just sometimes, it just does not go in your favor. And man, Chimera may watch this and just be like, man, like, missed a couple of moments. Just couldn't solidify.
Not saying any outcome may change to the point we're at now, but I would say Chimera's missed. Just had a couple they know the Gary's back there. This guy knows. But they've had a couple just unfortunate events that's led to this point. And really, right now, it's just cost them time, right? That's Still a lot of game left to play. Yeah, there is urgency, but a lot can happen. That last 5 minutes, stuff gets crazy.
I would love to talk about after the match, because for me, philosophically, I mean, it's working for them. It's working for them, but I just wonder at this point is like, I mean, Brecourt's just freaking open for them. And I wonder just getting just any type of cap pressure at all could really switch the table for TL in terms of getting pressure off.
I think their strat here is sweep through these outside lines and then get the pressure. They just haven't swept through. Now there is somebody near the edge of the map for TL.
There is. Oh yeah, yeah. Scooty
No,
Dirt.
other side. Other side.
Oh, Bravo. Yeah, Baker. But they're fighting. They're fighting. This is not a for sure approach here. I'm curious.
But I think that's their strat. I think their strat is push through, take out the Garys and OPs, and if you have the momentum, this game is so much about momentum.
It really
you have
is.
it or you don't.
Right. And the classic mistake that we see in pubs, right, is that you see a bomb and run, right? A bomb and run comes into the point, great. You know what the Garrison's at, great. You killed a bunch of guys, great. You had no push. You had no people ready to go on it. You have to coordinate. That was, if I had any criticism of that Southwest Garrison that Chimera had, it just didn't seem like there was any coordination. It may have been, and they just lost the battles as they tried to came in. It just the attempt got foiled. But man, like, that was the best opportunity that I've seen so far in the game. And it just did not come to fruition at all. And it just seemed like...
and to be fair for Chimera, they had so much open ground to cover.
They did. I mean, the Garrison was in the middle of the open. I mean, it's just... You know, I wonder if I'm Chimera. If we're getting HE shots on the arty point or arty shots on the point, I don't mind it, but it almost seems like a waste. Get some smoke rounds on this north side.
Yeah.
Allow your boys to kind of spearhead, cover you from the tank, cover you from the infantry. I mean, I keep saying it, but there's one guy. There's literally one guy on the point. You got one guy running away from the point.
Hey,
There's
that's
5 guys
Streets,
in
though.
front.
That guy held it down.
He
before.
did. He's
You
still
know,
holding it down. Still holding it down
Hey,
as a rifleman.
with this center push, you know, one thing I think going through both teams' head is there's so much arty falling, they're afraid of the commitment. And I can understand why from their perspective.
Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. And he goes down. Now, there are some guys back. There are some guys back. Yeah, Street just went down. Street just went down. There's one guy left.
Is that MG? What is that?
No,
What is that?
it's squad lead. It's a
No?
squad lead. He may go down here in the open.
I don't know.
He got
No?
one.
Oh.
And there goes
here's
spawn
the
wave.
response, man. The response from TL is just so quick. Look
Yeah.
at that. Just look at it.
And then laying it down, winning the gunfights. I mean. Oh!
Whoa! That was huge. That artillery round may have
5
the tanks
guys
still out
in
there,
one
but
arty
that
round.
artillery round.
Oh my gosh, that just changed things. Now,
The tank.
they gotta push. They have to. Just one guy into the point. Here we
Well,
go.
All he's got to do is lock up that Gary.
Right,
Zoom
that's
in
what
on
I'm
the Gary
saying.
ski.
Saying. I mean, the tank's not in the point. He's getting on it. Oh,
just-
no.
Oh!
Artie!
Oh my gosh! Okay, here
Get
comes
him!
this gunfight. Maybe.
No!
No! Oh. Oh. Oh, okay, okay.
No!
Oh.
Streets holding it
That-
down!
Street said not to.
It's
Oh my!
Artie!
This is insane.
Ah!
Oh.
Gosh!
Yeah, they're coming right in. I see him right. He's on the bush line forward, buddy.
Gosh. Man, I need to take my blood pressure medication after that one, man. Just
We're not even
Moments!
playing it on squad
Moments!
together. My goodness.
it's moments.
Now TL is responding. Look
They
at him
are.
starting
Now
to-
they just collapsed. They saw the pressure. They saw the pressure to collapse. This is exactly, to me, this is what the difference between a good team and an elite team is the ability to adapt, respond, and just give up your pride. Sometimes, honestly, it feels like as a squad leader, sometimes it's just pride. It's like you see. Like, you don't want to redeploy, right? You don't want to die. You're busy and things. Sometimes you do, man. Sometimes you have just got to
You gotta humble.
You gotta move.
Eat a big piece of that
Yeah.
humble pie.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Hats off to the Artie though. My goodness.
Artie, it's so funny because I was just criticizing the Artie, and the Artie just almost got them in a really good spot. It just did not solidify. Supplies are dropping down here
So
for
they
the
may
line.
shift the Gary. They may shift.
That's
this
what
Gary a
I'm
little
seeing
further
right here
back.
because those supplies, either that or they're having it for a backup garrison. The problem is, I mean, they can't get the garrison down, period, unless they eliminate both garrisons. It's too close to
Yeah.
both.
That's
But
true.
I like the backup supplies. I mean, right now you're at 25 minutes. You have no pressure. No one in the. I mean, there's literally not even a single person in the red right now for TL. It is a full-out defensive strat here. I mean, I don't blame them. They're doing well. Really holding it down. They've held it
Does
extremely
TL
well down
have
the northwest side.
any half tracks up here anywhere?
Oh
I'm
no,
curious.
I would love
Now
if they have half
now's
tracks.
the time.
Gary
to
locked.
start thinking about
Gary
that
is
kind of
locked.
stuff.
I'm gonna zoom to it right here. Gary is going down. Gary is down.
Oh,
Gary is
okay.
down on the east side. A squad leader is responding to it. Dr. Ty again,
Very
and Powerfish for Covenant.
Commander's right over there. Too.
Damn!
Oh, Commander's right below you to the right.
Yeah.
I think he's got map up, which I don't blame him.
That's
at
a different
all.
commander. That is a different commander. I think it was TL
Oh.
Data was the commander before. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they swapped. I don't
Could
see
have been.
Data. I don't see Data in here. I wonder if he got
Maybe
kicked
a
or
DC.
something happened.
DC
Yeah,
thing.
poor Data. Poor Data. I could be wrong too, but I could have sworn Data was the commander earlier. Gunfights going to happen. Valhalla from his spree pushing in, and we're seeing a couple gunfights go down.
Response from TL here is quick though.
It is.
And strong points are everything. Even if that strong point's a hedgerow. Man, TL has spearheaded the center here.
And yeah,
they said
taken
not
control.
today.
They said we are freaking tired of this shit. We're gonna push up the middle, and I love it. I love that.
Don't blame them.
Well, now they push cemetery. You push cemetery. I mean, there's not really they're holding it down on this northwest
Looks like
side.
we got supplies coming down for.
Do they not have a garrison? That's the question. They do have a garrison. So AT gun maybe, or maybe repair station too. They may be trying to build a repair station, but there is a Gary up still, and they're pushing through on this north side. A Tiger pushing with him. There's another Tiger. I mean, the Tiger's just crushing it. And you know what's so funny is that it could have been the reverse. You know, we got a 76 wrapping around. I don't think the Tiger, he's rotating his gun.
Well, 2 Tigers. That other Tiger's pushing up too on the left. It looks like.
Well,
he's
facing to the northwest. The question is, did they spot that tank? Because that 76 is wrapping around. Does have infantry support around him.
Closer engagement than we've seen most of the game here. But that slight elevation from that hill, neither may be able to see each other here.
May not be
That's
able to.
the
I don't
question.
see the tank from. Here's the thing: if you're the tank right here, I'm looking. It's behind. It's behind cover. You can't see it from here. He's slowing up. He is looking the wrong way. The Tiger doesn't. Oh, this is.
He may know. He may. This is about to be interesting.
There's a second Tiger too, and here's the thing. Oh, he's looking at the Tiger.
Oh,
got a shot on the Tiger.
Second Tiger went down. Second Tiger went down on the left, I think.
Oh,
look back there.
How?
Ricochet. I don't know.
That's a good hit on the Tiger. The Tiger
is
moving.
Frantic.
AT shot.
Okay, we'll see if the 76 has advantage here. We'll see if
he's lost sight. He's lost sight. He is moving up.
This may be the first time we've seen TL lose multiple, like the majority of their tanks here.
Big tanks at that. The big tank. Tiger! No, the Tiger is still up,
no,
and he's
Tiger's
rotating
still up.
around. He got one Tiger. The question is, does he rotate in time? The Tiger facing on the rear of the 76. He's got to know.
Knows. He's looking.
He's got to know.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Rotate!
Oh, he's rotating. First shot.
He rotated!
Oh, what a snap. What a snap.
First shot is the Tiger, and the 76 missed.
76 is getting
oh
frantic
no!
Here.
76
good time.
down.
Hey,
TL.
He did good on that first Tiger.
TL coming out as the now there is 2 Tigers on the field still. For TL, they have 1 on the point. By the way, Hitman, he's waiting for OP. Got to be waiting for. I assume he's waiting for OP. Hunker down. Wait till you can get your guys on.
They know. TL knows that's midline though. That should be mid.
Well, he's got it. He's got a recon guy. If he shoots a flare up, he'll know. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go!
Oh my gosh! Was that a trade?
No, that wasn't. I think that was a guy from the rear. I think.
NES?
I think that was a guy from. I think Ness got him. I think Ness got him.
Man. And, you know, I would say the determining thing here where Crimea has suffered and TL has not has been that the tanks, just getting enough tanks in play together to make a spearhead.
Right. Because that 76 made an incredible play on that Tiger. But, I mean, you can only do so much when there's 2 Tigers around you. I mean, it's just brutal. Chimera has made some incredible tank plays, but it's just not been enough. Man, TL is really pushing this northwest side here. You can see they push into the red. Confident, Ken, Crims. And Data is here. Data is a sniper now. Instead of commander.
Interesting crossroad engagement here. There's Covenant there too. Good player.
Yeah,
good
Convenant.
player.
Yeah, our boy
Or
Convenant.
Is that who it was?
Convenant,
Yep.
yeah, our boy Convenant.
A lot of great players out here. You see them all the time. I mean, they just.
These guys are the guys
Ari
representing
coming in from
entire
CL.
countries in 18v18s. I mean, these are the best of the best.
Oh, look at that peak.
Data!
Good peak right there.
Laying it down with the FG42.
That crossroads.
But there you go. There is a
another
76. There's the 76 right there. But they know. But I guarantee you, Data saw that. Guaranteed Data saw that. Relaying. There is an OP launching already. Right where the OPs are at.
Good.
Boom.
You know, and so much of this game is the basics, right? It's
Yes.
communication, effective communication. Where's the tank at? Distance, direction, description, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that AT
AT
just smacked that
shot
tank.
on that 76.
I don't know if he hit him or if that was a frontal shot. I'm not sure.
Nah, that's a rear shot. He got a shot on him. He's repairing. He's repairing, but he's getting AT shots from the. Oh, he's actually healing up a little bit here.
Can we see the ping? Can we see the ping for Premier?
No, for what?
For either team, I'm curious to see the ping.
Oh yeah. Low
Yeah, there
pings
we go.
for TL, higher pings for Chimera.
And that doesn't make everything, but it does affect tank play. I would say more than anything with those snapshots.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's what's interesting. There is a supply drop way north, and I don't know if I'm TL, I may be looking at
Diversionary.
this
I bet it's
diversionary. Yes, yeah. Pull a couple guys back. It's like, oh shit, like they may push. But honestly, if I'm Chimera, I'm thinking, man, like I got 17 fucking minutes. I'm not worried about holding second point. I'm worried about taking third. This is maybe the worst that I've seen Chimera at any point in this match.
Well, it's still, I mean, I'm telling you, still a lot of time left. Now, if they get a Jeep, one Jeep getting around.
Or Airhead.
An Airhead, yeah, but I just don't, I think TL's response has just been so quick this game, they're going to shut it down. But I think a Jeep may be a play here. Wide Jeep, you got enough time for it.
Oh my gosh, we got to look at this. They are pushing Brecourt. The offensive is officially started. We have some offensive movement onto Brecourt by TL. Guys on the west-hand side, led by Pop-Tart and Data. Pushing in on the west side at the very least. Deflection on the 76.
I don't know if this is the play right now with this little amount of time.
I don't know. Well, but you say that, but look, they just pulled a bunch of guys back. They just pulled a bunch of guys back. Already taking them out. 76 goes down. Must have been a Tiger. Must have been Tiger, right? I'm looking. Yeah. No. I can't tell. But 76 is down. Holding
They've got to
Brecourt.
get pressure on. But let's see TL's Gary placement.
So TL has got a garrison on the northwest side of a dugout, southwest of Brecourt. It's a blue line garrison. That's it.
If Charlie can get a Gary up, then they're going to be in good position for everything.
Now we do have smoke rats. I wonder. I'm not. Is that? I don't know if those are.
See if there's a medium on the field. There may be a medium firing those.
No, that would have to be from Chimera because that's from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A medium from.
I'm not sure.
Chimera.
Fortunately, do not have access to their map, so I can't easily see the pings.
The dissipation of that smoke. Interestingly, back on that tree line, I think, right below you. Right. Nope.
That's an MG. That's an MG.
The smoke on the medium Sherman seems to last not as long as the artillery smoke.
Someone in the chat may want to put it out there. 20 to 30 seconds, I believe, on a tank. I don't remember. I do not remember.
That'd be a fun thing to test.
It would be. We need to look at that. TL Your Bible, is it in there? That's the real question. Is it in your Bible,
Yeah,
TL?
yeah.
How long does the smoke on a smoke round last?
Compared to artillery, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if Chimera can get something in the back.
At
and
this point,
get a
the
cap
open
race.
space on the back is critical. And I think there
And
is a
What do they
medium
got?
Panzer
Medium?
IV on the south
Solo?
side.
That's
Gary locked.
We got a red line. Red line. Oh my gosh! Here we go. What's going on back
Just
here,
as you
boys?
said it. What did they get? Gary's going down.
Gary-
Now here's the thing. There is a Gary. Same place as last time. So
Not bad. See, this is why you can't get strung out.
and they
and
did.
May-
And they did. They
Look,
just
cap
got
pressure. Cap pressure. Let's go, Chimera.
cap pressure. They gotta get there. The Gary is on the point still.
Well,
They gotta know
oh,
it's
man.
proximity. Guys coming in from
We
the east side.
We got mass redeploys. Mass redeploys. Here we go. It's
Bombing
gonna
run
get there.
through!
Bombing run. Bombing run.
I'm watching.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We got Nagat.
It's still up.
Oh,
They missed
man.
the Gary.
Oh no. Okay.
Chimera's
we
gotta
got a
get to
runner
the
on it.
Gary.
He sees it. He sees it. Spawn. No. What are you doing? What are you doing, Billy?
Big spawn.
There it is. There it is. It's already coming in again.
It's going to guaranteed. Oh, I may have taken
Oh
out
my
a friendly
gosh,
with that.
this is-
Oh my goodness.
What a play. I don't know if it's
Good
gonna pan
response
out,
by
you know?
TL and great opportunity to capitalize on TL being a little bit too spread out. There is cap pressure. 13 minutes left. It's just barely getting back in favor of TL. They are holding it down, but now
Look,
they have
they've
to respond.
solidified
They have to
foothold.
pull back. I mean, there is no more push on Brecourt. No more push on Brecourt.
Their armor is back, and that may hurt them here. Chimera committing everything. It is now or never, they said. And we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. What a move.
I love it. This is the
Look,
biggest moment of the match, by far. By far, TL, in terms of numbers, TL is overrun in terms of numbers.
Is there a reinforce? Is there a reinforce?
No
on the board
reinforce.
right now?
No reinforce.
Okay.
No reinforce.
Okay, now we got Abel. Chimera's in a little bit of a bowl here. We'll see how they do with it, because we've got Abel and Love responding.
They do.
Dog and
They've gotten
Juliet.
around him a little bit here. They've gotten him
But
around.
are the OPs up? If the OPs can make all the difference, that
Yes.
Gary doesn't matter if the OPs.
Yeah. The Gary was to keep it up.
Oh, cap pressure. There was cap pressure for a split second.
I mean, they're
for
pushing.
TL.
They're pushing. There's not
No,
enough.
TL had
there-
cap pressure on the next point, second point.
That Tiger is getting hit. There is a
Oh.
response south here in OP that's pushing in. Now they're going to rotate around.
Contested. Point was contested. Oh my god, what happened there?
He redeployed. He ran out of ammo.
He knows. See where TL is on second. What's second point here?
That's going to be Hamlet. Nothing.
No, battery. Breakcourt.
Oh, on Breakcourt?
It may come down to a
Couple
cap
guys.
race, though.
Couple
If they
guys.
get-
Couple squad leads.
I've seen it go back and forth a little bit here. Not much, just by proxy, but
Well, this Tiger is still maintaining position, even though there is a big push on the southwest side. This Tiger is still holding it down on the north side. The momentum has gone a little bit out of Chimera's sails, but they're still in it. 11 minutes left. It is not over yet, gentlemen. It's not
Now,
over yet, boys and squirrels.
it may
Big
be time.
deploy.
Oh, another two big deploys on OPs over there too. Oh,
But TL, I like
Artie.
what TL's doing. They brought in a Lux, a solo Lux, Taco-tastic, bringing in a Lux to try to get some rounds on these guys coming in from the southwest side of Dugout.
okay, good rotation by Chimera here, center street.
Yep.
Center street. That's a play now.
Now,
They're getting.
there is a
TL
Tiger that is rotated. Yeah, TL, the Tiger has rotated around.
Check Chimera on center. They got one guy just went down there. TL's got four guys.
Looking.
They've got pressure here. No, go
Up there?
right near. No. Center line. Yeah, right there. To the right.
Are you talking about the
Yep,
the top of the
yes,
point?
yes,
Top of the point.
yes,
Got it.
yes.
Yep.
They've tried to pressure there a little bit. That may be the play now. I don't know. We'll see.
Enemy,
run coming
that's
in.
that TL bomber run. It's gonna miss most of the guys.
Good run though, but good.
May have hurt their Lux. It did. Bomber run hurt the Lux, but I think they're thinking, let's get those. We may hurt the Lux, but let's get this infantry out of here. I mean,
Okay,
that seems to have done the trick. Only 2 guys left on the southwest flank. No Gary up. Maybe some OPs, but they may have been cleared now too, because one of the spawns was right here where this Lux is at. No longer there. The push is done, gentlemen. Push is done on the south side.
Now Chimera has pushed to the center, north point there.
Yes.
TL's responded. I just don't think. I think it's too late to get that.
I think so too.
Push.
I do too.
You have to do it, but I don't know. TL has now collapsed a point to strong points on hill, on that ridge line there, in the houses on the left near the Dragon's Teeth.
Yeah.
TL saying,
they've solidified this. They have solidified it. I mean, at this point, it is 7 minutes to hold, and there's just not enough pressure. I mean, that was their moment. That was Chimera's moment, and they just, I mean, I'm telling you,
they did great.
Moments, man. Like the guy inside the point goes for the. He could have gotten the Gary. Could have gone. If the bombing one was any farther south, it may have taken out that Gary. They may have had the point. If it's any farther south. It's where intelligence is critical. The more you know, man.
I wouldn't say it's over. I wouldn't say it's over.
No, it's never over. It's never over until it's over, but TL has done an incredible job of solidifying their line, responding, collapsing. What I love about the approach, what I love about the response by TL on that was they didn't just push straight through. They didn't rely on winning the gunfights by pushing through. They rotated around the point, rotated around the enemy garrison on the south side. They knew what was going on. They had good intel.
And on the north.
They pinched them.
That bowl.
They pinched them.
Yeah, and they anviled them.
Yeah. They pinched them in, and it was done. It was done.
Boy, Chimera though, hats off. What a play.
What
a play.
Creativity. I love the creativity. I love the effort. I mean, honestly, you were talking about this pre-match. Sometimes these matches literally come down to the first 5 minutes of the match, and honestly, I wouldn't have ever thought necessarily, especially in the pre-game chat, that TL would have been the team to have capped that point right off. I really thought that it was in the favor of the Allies. That did not end up being the case. And, going back in, I think what solidified it, Chimera resorted to having a far wide line and trying to take the point. TL spearheaded that shit. They spearheaded it. They pushed in. They took control of the high ground and the road east of the point. I mean, that's to me, that seemed to be the superior strategy, and it's helped them the entire game. And then it just became a calm response on defense. This Lux is stuck. Taco!
Oh, man.
Taco. And on top of it all, he's got a steward coming behind him, bro.
Taco did a great job holding
that
off.
As a solo tanker came in and supported the defensive effort on the south side of the point. Oh, 18 shot miss.
Oh, man.
Can he get him? Missed.
Oh. He's not worried about him.
No,
my gosh. Oh,
down.
There goes the spirit win. ATs are so brutal in this. That's what makes a tank play just... These guys understand ATs so well.
Yes. Yes, they do. A little bit of action here on the east side. About 4 minutes left before the reinforce comes in and before they can call it a day. And just, I mean, nowhere
the tiger
near.
on the... Who's in that tiger on the hill there?
Let's see.
Yeah.
That crew. That crew.
They've done a great job holding that down.
They really have. There is a Panzer IV as well. Mr. Doe holding it down on the center part of the point. The Lux is still up, by the way. He's stuck. He's stuck.
He's surrounded, but he is.
But he don't give it. He's the honey badger of this team right now. He doesn't give a shit.
Somehow, I don't think that guy's got a satchel off on him. Can you zoom in on his
I don't think he
backside
does.
here?
No satchel. He's kept them from coming in, but he is stuck on that truth. And then the teeth are saving him right now. They can't get an AT shot on him, but he can shoot back.
His demise is turning out to be his salvation.
Oh,
in this
it
thing.
is incredible.
How fun. How fun.
Incredible.
Turning a bad situation good right there.
Absolutely. Shout out to GJKD, Peace, and Drummer. Thank you for hopping in the chat. Much appreciated. Got about 15 viewers right now. I think we got up to 20 at one point. So appreciate you guys listening in. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I can't exactly respond to your comments in real time. But I hope you're having fun with us as we watch it. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. I'm kind of waiting for an airhead, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's coming, but I just don't. There's just not a push. There's no push for a Chimera.
Still 4 minutes. I mean, well,
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I'm not
really.
saying it's over. I'm not saying we've seen crazier stuff.
We have. Just saw in the comments,
they're
screw
gonna
that
have to-
Greyhound. I'm not entirely sure where that Greyhound is at, but the Greyhounds and the Stewarts have done massive damage for the Chimera team, and it was really fun to watch. Just goes to show, you don't have to have a heavy just to lay down the scunion. And love it.
No, you don't. No, you don't, Sheep. No, you don't.
I mean, those
You know,
Stewarts are sturdy, man.
The this courtyard area has served as a central staging point
Yes.
for them the whole game.
And it stayed
that's
up.
what's so interesting. Yeah, these Garys have stayed up so long. It's like they get them, they know where they're going to go, and they solidify them. And both teams know where the Garys are. You just can't get to them.
Yes. Yes. Well, as long as you're not pushing, right? Like, if you're not pushing through the objective, right? And they've stationed this really well to where, like, you either have to push around the building, right? Which is incredibly difficult because it's the open road. Or here's another 76. We now have two 76s for Chimera.
Let's follow the 76 for a minute.
You got it.
Because this guy, he's going to rush. He's got no option but to rush.
Why not? Well, let's follow him in. 30 seconds left, technically, on the cap pressure. Not a whole lot of guys on the point, but there is a Tiger. No, Panzer IV, I'm sorry. 2 Tigers on the east side. There's a friendly airhead coming in for
Not a bad play.
the line.
Not a bad play.
Keep those spawns up for the little bit amount of time that they got left. We're just gonna follow this tank right in. Get a little bit of sneak peek of that last push by Chimera. He's gonna hold it down here. Did he get a shot?
See what he's hitting. See what he's hitting over
Yeah,
there.
he just hit.
Yeah.
He just hit that Tiger. The Tiger, good response. Moves back a little bit. Miss.
And that's a wrap right there.
That
but
is a wrap.
Heck of play by both teams. I mean, my goodness. It's so fun to watch these guys.
It really is. I mean, both world-class teams. Literally, when I say world-class, I legit mean world-class teams. Two of the best teams in the entire world playing at it. 3-2 grind fest. When I mean grind fest, I mean grind fest. But I would comfortably say, you know, if this was an MMA match and it was a decision victory. Ooh, look at this. They're going at it. Look at this right here. Panzer IV, 76, a minute left.
Here we go. Here we go.
We're gonna ram it.
Ram him. Oh, the 76 may have advantage here.
Got him.
Oh, what a play.
Looks like
What
a freaking
play.
teapot reaching into that shit. He's hurt.
Man.
He's got two. It's a 2-man crew.
Oh, okay.
2-man crew. 2
Good
Tigers
on him.
both up. He's aiming.
He
But there's a
does.
shot
Ooh,
by
18
another
to the
tank.
front.
Another
Maybe a tank
76.
shot, I don't know.
It's a 76. Yeah,
got the
second
fight.
76. Both
He's moving
Tiger
down.
down.
Tiger down. They're saying we're not going quietly into that gentle night.
Oh,
We're gonna
100%. Look at this 76 rolling into the boy.
He wants that Garrison. He
Doesn't
wants that Garrison
give
up
a
here.
shit.
Let's see if he gets it. 26 seconds. Let's see if he gets
Get a little
that
bit of
Gary.
revenge here.
Oh.
He killed him. Got the Gary.
He got the Gary.
Got the Gary. A little bit too late, but got it.
Got the Gary. 26 seconds. 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 26 se Hey, I'm kind of happy to see that Gary go down. It survived a little too long, I think.
Yeah, it did.
Good on him.
It's
I
good.
mean,
Good on
great-
Chimera.
Great watch.
Good on Chimera.
Great
Good on the
watch.
line. I mean,
Heck of a
gosh,
game.
heck of a game. Love it. Love it. I'll give my commends to the commander. Shout out for it. Shout outs. But TL pulling it through. We'll scroll a little bit so that if you want to go back to the stats, you're more than welcome to. That Fox Armor Crew, 5,500 combat effectiveness.
Wow.
By far the leading team. Maybe in the entire match. The leading team on the other team was 2,300. And unbelievable. I'm going to switch off here, but
That's one of those games, too. You know, you go back and you watch it, and it's like, is there anything either team could have done? Probably not.
No.
That
No.
first 5 minutes, it was that first 5 minutes was everything.
Yes.
So,
I mean, other than winning gunfights, and it may be unrealistic. It may very well be too unrealistic to say we're going to win those gunfights. I mean, like, I think if Chimera was facing a different team and that scenario had happened, they very well could have won the gunfights. They really could have, you know, especially on the couple of garrisons that got to the southwest of the point. They've been able to do it. Maybe been able to get to the southwest side and push through.
Maybe.
But when you're playing a good team like that with incredible gun skills, incredible positioning, and most importantly, what we saw in the match was the call and response. Call and response. I mean, there's just not much opportunity. Not much. TL did not give them breathing room at all. The only time that they gave them breathing room was when they pushed on the second point, onto fourth point. I'm sorry, for TL, and a little bit overextended,
it didn't matter.
And I think for me, I'm kind of looking at it and being like, man, like sometimes those 3-2 points, like there just may not be the opportunity to push onto it. So, yeah, I just saw that in the comments. Lucky Chimera missed that Gary twice. They had 2 opportunities with bomb runs to get it, did not get it. There was a guy on the point, did not get it. Chimera just sometimes it's just how the cookie crumbles, man. But does that mean they're a bad team at all? Absolutely not. And if anything, they proved that they're right up top with them. TL and Chimera, both world-class teams. You know, I think for TL may have been a little bit of we need to prove ourselves after the 18v18s. I would be really curious to see if we got someone like if we got our boy Crimps or Covenant or Hagrid in here. You know, what would they say? Would they say like that would be my question to them. My question to them would be did you feel like you wanted a little bit of revenge? Did you feel like you had to come out and show up to prove that the US still has it? And man, for real, man. For real. Shout out to Peace and City Beats, by the way. I appreciate the comments, man. Appreciate it, man. Incredible. So, Matey, we got anything else? Or we gonna call it?
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, just appreciate you having me on here to co-host with you, and
anytime, dude.
A lot of fun.
Anytime, man. I would love to do this more often. Would love to if there's ever scrims or anything like that. I think this is the first time.
Teams.
Yeah.
If more teams are looking for it.
Yeah. So shout out to anyone. I know we got some. We're up to 21 viewers now. I know it's a little bit of a delay, but we're up to 21 viewers now. If anyone wants to reach out to me or M80 as well, you can always reach out to us on Discord. And we would be more than happy to talk about commenting on matches. It's just fun, man. It's just fun, bro. But absolutely, man. Hell of a time. We also play too, so we're not bad. Shout out to Wolfpack, our group. Have a hell of a time. Have fun time. We'll be in that Friday night, Sunday night fights. Absolutely. So, I appreciate you joining me. It's a pleasure as always, man. Gotta get some water after this. Gotta get some water after this shit. So,
all right, we'll see you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care, guys. Appreciate you guys jumping into the stream.